shaped by sea. While Western maritime nations rapidly developed through colonial expansion, landlocked nations were trapped in a cycle of exploitation and poverty. However, over the past decade, a transformative initiative has begun to break this cycle and is revitalizing the economies of inland countries. I'm talking of the Belt and Road Initiative, established in 2013. So how has it reshaped global economies and society over those 10 years? One of the most striking things on the map are these railway lines linking Asia and Europe, links that barely existed 10 years ago. Those are the China-Europe freight train routes. The northern route links China via Ehrenhut, Manzhouli, and other ports in northern China with Mongolia, Russia, and Belarus, reaching Europe through Poland. The central route takes in Alashenko or Horgas railway port in Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region, connecting Kazakhstan before connecting with the northern route in Moscow. The southern route exits China through Xinjiang, connecting Iran and Turkey, and then crosses the Turkish Straits to reach Europe. These intercontinental railways have greatly reduced trade costs by providing a swift and cost-effective alternative to sea or air freight, thereby driving the growth of global trade. According to the World Bank, the Belt and Road Initiative could reduce global trade costs by as much as 1.8%. There are now 86 freight train lines in China that are linked to more than 200 cities in 25 European countries and regions, and more than 100 cities in Asia, so that network covers almost the entire landmass of Eurasia. This network has brought together the economies of East Asia and developed Europe with the vast hinterland countries, resulting in increased economic and trade exchanges, the growth of thriving cities, and the emergence of a new center of global economic growth. Major infrastructure projects that most people have never even thought of are now stark realities. By tackling infrastructure disparities in developing countries, the initiative is helping dismantle obstacles that had long hampered their development. In Southeast Asia, the China-Laos Railway has had a huge impact by connecting the Laos capital, Vientiane, with Kunming in Yunnan province. That brings to fruition a long-held dream of the Lao people to transform their country from a landlocked one to a land-linked hub. As the railway was being built, a lot of work went into clearing thousands of unexploded bombs and landmines, a dark legacy of war. Since its opening, both passenger and cargo transport have thrived, fueling a surge in cross-border trade, including tourism. In Kenya, the country's first modern railway in nearly a century has improved the efficiency of cargo transportation between the port of Mombasa and inland areas. The Mombasa-Nairobi Railway has created 46,000 jobs and added more than 2 percentage points to local economic growth. It has also revitalized more than 30 towns along the route, leading to a new wave of urbanization in the area. Nigeria now has its first modern deep sea port, Lekki, which is forecast to create nearly 170,000 jobs and generate revenue of $361 billion over the next 45 years. It is no exaggeration to say that a port can revive not only a city, but an entire country. A similar story has unfolded at Gwadar Port in Pakistan. This once dilapidated fishing village has been transformed into a logistics and economic hub, serving neighboring Africa, the Middle East, Central Asia, and Gulf countries. In the Maldives, the China-Maldives Friendship Bridge, the first bridge spanning the Indian Ocean, was built against considerable odds, including underwater coral reef geology. It brings closer connections between the Maldivian capital, Male, and nearby regions. In Indonesia, the Jakarta-Bandung High-Speed Railway has become the first high-speed railway in Southeast Asia, with trains traveling at up to 350 kilometers an hour and turning a journey that used to take 3.5 hours into one that takes just 40 minutes. As a result, tourism is flourishing, and by May, it has created 51,000 local job opportunities. With the help of the BRI-2, many countries, among them Jamaica, Montenegro, and Uganda, now have their first expressways. Hydropower stations, wind farms, and solar photovoltaic plants are also being built across Africa. The initiative has facilitated the adoption of clean energy in the continent, helping it avoid the pollution associated with Western industrialization. It should not be forgotten that China's role in developing infrastructure in less well-off countries is something their Western colonial masters never did. And contrary to what Western cynics say, that help comes with no strings attached. For China, everything these countries gain from its help is a gain for the world. As a result, the Belt and Road Initiative has attracted the participation of more than 3/4 of countries globally, substantially improving the lives of 30% of the world's population. The initiative has generated nearly $1 trillion in investment in the past decade, created 420,000 local jobs, and lifted nearly 40 million people out of poverty. Emerging industries have flourished in many developing countries, and many Asia-Pacific countries have enjoyed economic growth marked by industrial transformation and rapid advances in the digital economy. In short, the Belt and Road Initiative serves as a platform for connectivity and joint development. It also exemplifies the Chinese approach to achieving global peaceful development and building a community with a shared future for mankind. For centuries, globalization